share with you something of the story of the book, which again starts in Virginia in the late 1950s with the state's reaction to the Brown versus Board of Education decision, which created a surprising opportunity to privatize public education, a verb that did not even exist then, but which Buchanan and his colleagues pushed for. And we could take that forward through the 1970s as they learned more and reacted to the campus unrest of that era, into 1980 when Buchanan went to advise the Pinochet dictatorship in Chile on a constitution that a later president described as putting locks and bolts on what the people of Chile could do, a constitution that is now coming to America as the Koch donor network pushes for, and their allied elected officials and the American Legislative Exchange Council and all these groups they work with, they're pushing for a constitutional amendment to radically change our founding document. Now, you need 34 states to convene such a constitutional convention. They now have 27. They actually had 28, but Common Cause organized and took New Mexico out of the mix. So they have 27 of 34 states. For those of you who haven't had your U.S. history course lately, the last time we had a constitutional convention in this country was 1787, when the document was created. It is an exceedingly radical thing to do, to call a constitutional convention. And we have rules on how such a convention would be staffed, how the delegates would get there. But once you get there, it's open season, and you can make all the changes you want. And they are coming in with at least 10 liberty amendments, as they call them, that would radically change the way our government works to permanently transform it and undermine that model of citizen-led changes to government and public policy that we've built up over the 20th century. So it's an exceedingly radical project, and I will stop there because I think that's a perfect segue to my colleague who will tell you about the crisis of the middle class constitution. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Nancy, for that presentation and for the kind words. I want to thank Michael for hosting us here in this session. The Southern Festival of Books, Humanities Tennessee, and the Nashville Public Library, which is a real great institution here in Nashville. As a local, I'm excited to see some friends in the audience. Excited to have all of you here, new friends, and want to thank the people watching at home on C-SPAN as well. My book is called The Crisis of the Middle Class Constitution, and in the book I argue that economic inequality is a threat to our constitutional system, a threat to our republic, and that it would have been understood as such by the founders and throughout most of American history. And I suspect that's surprising to many of you because our Constitution doesn't say anything about the middle class. It doesn't say anything about economic equality. It doesn't say anything about economic